on a long term, you would be able to bring in any kind of granular control on your product. So that's on authorization and the way you need to go about it. You could also, just as a point, you could also use claims, as I told you before, to add any additional authorization information. Now coming on to web application top threats. So you can watch out for OWASP, which specifically deals with web application security threats, and some of these things are the most top threats that are common across web applications. So man-in-middle attack. So this is a common threat where someone in between the network tries to seize information or alter the information. So the best way to overcome is simple. You use the HTTPS based protocol, especially when you have a secure data get transferred over the network. For example, password is a secure data, credit card information is a secure data, could be when you're entering a social security number, it could be a secure data. So all these things, when it is transferred across via, ensure that it is properly protected, at least at the transport layer, and hence use HTTPS based protocol. Now SQL injection is where the end forms or the end user input can be manipulated to do unauthorized actions on the SQL. For example, a form input could totally delete all the records, a form input could fetch all the records from the DB, and so on. So you give an input in certain way, and if it is not properly validated, and if it's directly appended with the query, it might lead to some very adverse actions on the SQL Server front. So that's SQL injection. So the way you can overcome is, obviously you need to validate all the form inputs before you process it in your queries. Now these techniques are quite become quite easy nowadays with the technologies like .NET. You just could use parameterized queries instead of appending or just going for a string-based appending. You could pass on as a parameters. Even for store procedures, if you pass on the parameters and then check that, these threats could be minimal. Malicious script injection and cross-site scripting. So again, from a user input, right, from maybe a form input, somebody could enter malicious JavaScript or malicious HTML information, and once that is processed could lead to adverse effects, right? So how do you prevent it? Again, you need to validate all the HTML inputs that are coming in, and when you are rendering it back, you use techniques like you escape the URL, you encode and decode the HTML back, and that would prevent the HTML from directly rendering and would minimize the adverse effects. So cross-site request is where some other site or robo users can try to manipulate your data or get the data or post back the data to your service. So the way to avoid is, you can use techniques like CAPTCHA or a synchronizer token, which says that the request has in fact originated from your server and the request is from your server. So you could use some of these techniques